Okay, so I'm back. If you're new here, I'm Charlene Flores. I am a designer living in Puerto Rico, and I also have my own design studio, currently working full time and starting that as a side hustle for now. So, the last 2 weeks, I didn't do a week in review last week. I sort of just posted the AI video that I had done already, but so I wanted to do a quick week in review. So last week we let go one client and I did that. Not there was nothing bad that happened. Well, she was in a car accident, so I gave her the option to end her contract because she was just not feeling like herself and she didn't want to be in the content shoot. And so we were going to do content without her, but we made the decision to sort of just end the contract for the time being, and she could start a new contract if the need came back up for her business. So that was unfortunate, but we did a lot of great work with her. She has like a lot of work and like a good foundation to keep working with. So she has all those working files, and nice way to end that relationship, even though it's like in, unfortunate circumstances. And today I'm working on my Pilates studio client content creation. So we did a content shoot last week, and now I'm working. It would have been done by now. I've just been working on other things for my business, and so I'm working on it today. So yesterday I was working on a website for my church, which you can take a little peek here. I'm doing drone videos, did photography, and applying the brand style guide that we had come up with for them. And this project is very meaningful to me because it is my church, so I'm excited for that one. This week also, I revamped my services page, so I'm picking a niche. I'm leaning into the hospitality, lifestyle, wellness niches, which is kind of broad in itself, but what ties it together for me is that each one of these niches, industries, focuses on experience. And I'm very much an experienced person myself, as an avid traveler, someone who values the small details of any hotel room that I've gone to. Like, my favorite of all time was in the Taronga Zoo in Sydney, just because I was able to see koalas outside my window. Like, that's an experience for me to just be getting dressed and then all of a sudden there's a koala at a tree outside my window. Incredible. And they do advertise that on the website. So when I went, I was like praying that the koala would visit me, and it did. I was so excited. And I could also see the Sydney skyline from my bedroom. Like, incredible. And then there was another hotel in Prague that I stayed at, and that hotel was awesome too. I just loved the aesthetic, the feeling. When I walked in, they had the TV on with like a fireplace, like a crackling fire. And like, so when you walk in, you're already like experiencing something. Whereas there's some places that I have been to, more so on the Airbnb side, which is I don't really stay at Airbnbs anymore. I have been doing work for Airbnbs recently with the property manager that I recently parted ways with, and those Airbnbs needed a lot of work. So I actually wrote a case study this week about that. So that's another thing I did this week. I wrote a case study for that specific account because it was very eye-opening, and I'm going to make a whole video about that case study to sort of elaborate on the blog post that is on my website, because it proves that if your funnel is broken at any part of it, it's not going to work. So with her specific situation, it was something that was out of her hands. So it was more so the owners needed to invest in the properties to make that experience better for their guests, because all the marketing was, awesome. It was attracting people. People were booking, but people were getting to places and canceling their booking, leaving on the spot. That's how bad some of these were. And I did my due diligence in advertising the highlights of these places, but when I went there myself, like, you can kind of see what was going on. So I have a whole video that I'm planning for that one that I will be filming probably right after this, so don't judge me. I'll be wearing this shirt probably. And so what else did I work on this week? Some stuff in the house. So turns out I might need, well, I'm going to need to seal my roof better. I know a lot of people seal their roofs here like the way mine is sealed right now with like, it's something that gets done every 2 years or so because it starts peeling. I think I'm leaning into investing in silicone sealing for my roof just so I can seal it and forget it. They have to clean it. It's just more durable than what I have now. So that's fun. That's going to be a couple $1,000s. And I'm actually looking, well, my mom has been helping me. Like, she's been my assistant because she's a great negotiator. I'm not. Like, I'm very much like, how much does this cost? $1 million. Okay, here's $1 million. Like, I'm the worst. I'm the actual worst with that. So I don't like when people negotiate my prices. So I don't know. I guess I like just giving people what they want. And that's, I guess, the people pleasing side of me, but it must be stopped. What else? So I started eating. So I had been bloating, right? This is very much a dump right now of my week. And so this past 2 weeks, I started using a vibration plate. I love that thing. It's like therapeutic. I started analyzing what I used to do when I lived in San Diego, when I was at my best shape ever. Post pictures here for proof. And the slimmest, no bloating, like. So what I used to do in San Diego is like I used to wake up 4:30 in the morning, just stressful already, and I'm surprised I wasn't bloating then. So I used to wake up 4:30 in the morning because I started work at 6 in San Diego because my company is East Coast based. Most of the team is East Coast, so we start at 9. And my bosses had given me the option to switch my schedule, but I really liked getting off of work at 2 o'clock, 2 or 3. So I kept that schedule. I loved it. So I would wake up at 4:30, scarf down like overnight protein oats and AG1. So I started drinking AG1 again. I think that is really what's helping me right now de-bloat, because when you know your body, like, you know, like the differences and how it's shaping and looking and how you're feeling. So the AG1 is really helping with the bloating. And I used to also drink a lot of pre-workout daily, like all these things back to back. AG1, overnight oats, pre-workout. And it wasn't just pre-workout, it was like a pre-workout fat burner. So I'll find a picture here. I don't think it's FDA approved, but I used to take it. Then I started taking creatine as well. So that's a lot to take. And then after the workout, I used to drink more protein. So protein powder was like, I had so much protein powder everywhere in my house. I also bought protein powder here, but it's not filled with additives. It's more like a natural one, as natural as it can be. And my old protein powder was not all natural. I wasn't like low tox or anything at the time. I was just kind of like my fitness girl era, I guess. So now I'm just trying to do like fitness, get back in shape. Not like, I don't want to be like 0% body fat or anything like that. I'm just trying to like get back into better shape, I guess. So that's another thing. So I've been eating chia pudding, protein stuff, eggs, sweet potatoes, like very clean, very minimal, and trying to see like what sets my bloating off, because there are sensitivities that I know I must have that cause that. So I've been trying stuff out. So that's health side. And then I'm going to South by Southwest. I bought tickets. I booked everything for that. Super excited. And I cannot wait. I've never been to South by Southwest. I'm more doing it to network and meet other like designers, creatives. And I know it's also a festival, so like there's performances, but I honestly don't know any of the performers that are going to be there. So it'll be fun to just check out new music. There is a Spotify playlist, so I've just sort of been like seeing what's on there. There's some decent, it's like a good mix of artists. It's great. It's fun. And so that's on the agenda. So I booked that, got the time off from work to do that. I've never been to Austin, so that's going to be cool. And yeah. What else? This week? So I had never, ever. Dawson's Creek is on Netflix. I don't know how long it's been there. I put it on to disconnect from work and actually watch something. I cannot watch things. I realized this, that I can't watch things for an extended amount of time. Only in stints. Like, my attention span has gotten really, really bad. The only things that could keep my attention is work. Like when I'm working on my design studio stuff is the only time I'm like plugged in until I finish a task. And it's weird. But anyway, it gets a lot. I'm very efficient. But turning off, like not doing anything, that's always been a challenge for me. So anyway, I started watching Dawson's Creek. That show is crazy. Why didn't anybody tell me? Like, first couple episodes, there is a romance between a student and a teacher. And the thing is that in the show, they make it seem like it's not a bad thing. Yes, the woman has to move, she has to move from the state towards the end of their romance. But they were having, relations, and so fine, she has to leave, right? So it's taboo, like it's not right? But they make it seem, that's the thing, they make it seem taboo, not just plain wrong. Like, she didn't go to jail, she just moved away, and she could probably do it again to another kid. So it's like, in the show, they just frame it like, oh, so romantic. Like, that kid is a kid, like that child is a child. He was a teenager, and she was like my age, like 38 or something. Dawson's Creek is crazy. And then as the show progresses, they touch on so many different, like, deep topics. I'm like, I like this show. Like, I had no idea that it did so much. But one thing that, that little romance thing is, like, back in the 90s. So in the 90s, everything was painted differently. Like that, for example. And that conditions people over time. So with everything that's happening now, it's like you're seeing it now with like a new set of like eyeballs, because through a different lens, because of everything that's coming out now. They normalize it. So anyway, Dawson's Creek is spicy, but I never knew this show was like, honestly, I didn't know what it was. I thought it was like One Tree Hill, and I tried watching One Tree Hill like a while back, and maybe I should try again. I'm like, I don't know, maybe it's good too. But Dawson's Creek, now I'm watching it, it's like, obviously there's some like awkward acting and whatever, but it was the 90s, so it's like, it's to be expected. But it's just like the topics they get, and they painted New York City girls like sluts. Like, basically that girl that moves, what's her name? I forgot her name. She's from Blue Valentine. I like that actress. So the blonde girl that moves from New York, she is like, oh, girls in New York move fast. Well, it turned out that she was like that. So, but not everyone's like that in New York. I was like, wow. So the show is funny. It's funny. I love watching like old shows that I've never watched before. And yeah, so today I'm just creating content, finishing up some things on my website, work has been very interesting. My full-time job, I feel like they underutilize me so much, so it's a little frustrating, and that's as much as I'll say there. But I just feel like I'm not growing in this company, which is the main reason I seek out to do all these other things, like the design studio, getting my own clients, doing my own work, personal projects, YouTube, Instagram. Because I'm a creative, so it's like I feel like I have to like get it out somehow. Um, so yeah, I think that's it for now. I'm gonna be creating a series: hospitality, wellness, and lifestyle, design, strategy, marketing, and yeah, ideally it's to reach the right people, help the right people, communicate and connect with the right people related to those topics, as I'm hoping to niche, well, as I'm niching into those specific industries. While I do have experience like with a variety of industries, I feel like those are the ones that I'm going to stay glued to because they are very experience based. So that's where I'm at. And yeah, hope you guys have a great week. If you watched this long, oh, and I have 200 subscribers. I'm so happy. I got a jump there on my subscribers. I'm still sort of gauging where, how, I don't know, how I'm gonna grow on here. So steady is fine, but I think my Puerto Rico videos got a lot of traction, and so I'm definitely gonna sprinkle those in between the design content. So when I go to new places, check out new things, like I'll do that. And then anything else you guys want to see from Puerto Rico, if I have any questions about living here, I'm also open to answering that in video format. And yeah, thanks for watching.